Right. And at the
If he's
moment...
a dictator and if he's a fait accompli, you can't even remove the bugger.
All right, Prahlad. At the moment, I can tell you what is happening right now.
Yes.
At the moment, Manish Sisodia has come out. He was one of the other 7 people who was there in jail with Anna Hazare. Anna Hazare is refusing to come out.
Yes.
So far, he says that, hey, listen, I will not adhere to any of your conditions. It will not be a conditional release. You will release me under no conditions, and I should be allowed to exercise my democratic right to protest. Now, over here, Prahlad, you have worked with governments. No, you have worked with governments. Do you think they've gone mad? Do you think finally they've lost it? What do you think they've done? How can they do something as stupid as this? Finally, it took Rahul Gandhi to intervene, to restore some sanity.
I believe that Rahul Gandhi's instincts on this are bang on.
Yes.
And I think the rest of this bunch of lily-livered politicians should just leave it to him to handle with Anna, and he will find an honorable way out.
Yes. But why do you think they did that in the first place?
Because they're so opinionated, they thought nobody could touch them. Especially some idiot farmer like Anna Hazare.
They thought, what? That with all the television channels on them, channels from all over the world?
They actually did not believe that there was such a huge public support for him. They're so isolated from the truth and from the country as a whole because they have insulated themselves as leaders and have now become rulers and not leaders. They don't represent the country anymore.
You know what? When I heard the press conference of Mr. P. Chidambaram, Kapil Sibal and Ambika Soni, for a moment I thought, and this is just a thought to you. I would love to have your reaction on that. I thought for a moment that, hey, listen, I am perhaps listening to the Syrian ministers over here. Perhaps this is Damascus and not Delhi.
Correct.
You know, what?
It's an empire.
They couldn't see anything? They don't hear anything except themselves or what?
No, but I've always maintained this, that when you are in power for too long, you tend to stop listening to anybody else except the drum that beats inside your head.
Right.
And the problem is that when you stop listening to the people, then the people get really pissed off.
And at the moment, people are really angry.
No, they're angry because they feel that the government of representatives of the government like Manish Tiwari and gang are so arrogant that they think they can get away with personally slandering somebody like Anna Hazare.
And now my point is, as far as the Justice Samant report is concerned, I have written about it. The Justice Samant report came out 6 years ago. 6 years ago. 6 साल पुरानी report है. और 6 साल से nobody else is saying this. Anna Hazare खुद बोल रहा है 6 साल से कि इस report को implement करो. And they are not implementing it. And he quotes that same report to call Anna Hazare corrupt.
Yes.
Now,
correct.
That's the funny part.
No, but what Manish Tiwari did eventually was actually blew the lid of the whole thing because finally, ordinary people turned around and took personal insult at the tone of his trying to mudsling at somebody like Anna Hazare, who's 35 years old.
No, he actually said, let me put it to you, and I've got the quote right over here in front of me. He said, Manish Tiwari said, Mr. Anna Hazare should be the last person to talk about corruption when he himself is steeped in corruption from head to toe. That's what he said.
Correct.
Now, and you know what is the corruption? What is the corruption charge against him? I don't know whether you're aware of this, Prahlad.
Nothing is substantiated.
No, there is. There is one charge against him, to which Anna Hazare has admitted and apologized.
Yes.
That affidavit is there with the Justice Samant committee. It is said that the Hind Swaraj committee and the Ralegaon Siddhi Panchayat, they decided to celebrate Anna Hazare's birthday and withdrew 2.22 lakhs, 2,22,000 rupees to celebrate Anna Hazare's birthday in that entire village area.
Correct.
And where it was found that you are wrong, you cannot just withdraw money from any trust.
Correct.
And when it was offered to be paid back, which was paid back, the Justice Samant committee refused to accept that as, condemnation for the guilt. They said, you are guilty. And to which Anna Hazare said, I am very guilty, I am very sorry, I will not do it again.
So they're now using it as a hammer to beat a bit.
And you are talking about a man who stood up and said, कि भाई मुझसे गलती हुई है. 2,22,000 रुपए हम लोगों ने withdraw किए, जो हम लोगों ने वापस कर दिए.
Correct.
We have returned the money. But because Justice Samant felt that this was wrong, we have apologized, we have said we'll never do it again, and they have not done it again.
So I would love to see Raja return the,
60,000 crores.
Yes.
Yes.
I would love to see that.
And 73,000.
I would love to see
and
money
now, wait a minute.
return whatever money that he's taken.
Prahlad, 1,72,786 crores of the 2G scam, 73,000 crores of the Commonwealth Games scam, and within Bombay, within Mumbai, the biggest scam exposed by our channel, by your show, by the RKB show.
Yes.
It is bigger than 2G. It is something called the 3K scam. The 3K scam is worth 5 lakh crores. Where 533 acres of prime land in Mumbai has been given away to 6 builders. Has been given away without a process of tendering, without a process of bids, without anything.
Precisely. So,
is the Congress government going to give back that money?
Well, now is the time.
Right.
And I'll tell you one thing. I mean, whatever it might be, if the Congress has learnt or if the government has learnt a small lesson from this whole thing, they will spend the next 2 years concentrating on doing something
right.
instead of talking about corruption.
Yes.
If they can actually implement some degree of control over the kind of corruption that is rampant today, believe me, they will win that election again.
Right.
But if they only talk round and round and try and protect the asses, then at the end of the day, in 2 years, if not immediately, they will lose the election.
So Prahlad, Anna Hazare's agitation goes on fine. He's the new JP. You know, the Jayaprakash Narayan movement, this entire movement is taking on the color of the JP movement. I can see that. You can see that. Everybody can see that.
No, but you see, the point is that all politicians eventually, there's an honor among thieves. You must understand.
Right.
And in Parliament, it's all politicians.
Yes.
And 90% of them are corrupt.
All
so
right.
why would they allow this bill to go through? Why would they? It's like cutting your nose to spite your face.
Unless and until their own survival is at stake.
Correct.
Right. And that's what seems to have happened now. But my question is something else. My question is, this entire episode, starting from Anna Hazare's fast at Jantar Mantar to what has happened today, clearly undermines the leadership, the political leadership of the country, wherein the Prime Minister himself has been shown to be perhaps a person who's not in control.
But that's true. So it's about time we put a younger guy in charge.
Yeah. So isn't it about time that they made Rahul Gandhi the Prime Minister?
Yes. Because at least instinctively, he's doing it right.
Right.
It's not through maturity or it's not through experience, but instinctively. And so I believe that instinctively, he's a good guy.
Yes. So just about time that Dr. Manmohan Singh perhaps should step down. He's an honest man, God bless him, but there is dishonesty all around him and he's not able to do anything about it.
Precisely.
All right, one final word from you, Prahlad. Where do you think this is going? Where do you think this is going? How will it all end?
Whichever direction it goes in, there is no going back.
Right.
Okay, so we are now on the threshold of a great momentous time in the history of this country where we are going to focus 100% on corruption, which is the biggest cancer that this country has, which is stopping everything from happening.
Yes.
And once we improve that, just watch this country go.
Right, Prahlad. Thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And may you light many more candles in and around Tihar. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, at the moment with us, we've got our old friend, Bharat Davulkar. Bharat, Rajiv K. Bajaj here. Can you hear me?
Yes, of course. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Bharat. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the RKB show and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Great pleasure.
Bharat, do tell us, what do you think of the Anna Hazare agitation so far? Of course, Anna, he has been released, but he's refusing to come out so far. I'm sure he will. He says that I want a completely and totally unconditional release. That's it. And written permission to be able to fast at Jayaprakash Narayan Park. In your own view of the entire agitation for the institution of the Lokpal, Bharat, do tell us, what do you think is happening?
I personally feel I've always been supportive of opposing the for anything that is.
Bharat, I think you're speaking on a mobile. I think you're possibly moving around in an area where there is no network.
No,
yes, we can hear you now.
I understand. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you much better now.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I'm saying this is not about Anna Hazare or the government. It's not for or against anything. This is about being against corruption.
Yes.
And I think Anna Hazare and to all those people who keep on saying that this is not constitutional, not for me to do it. We have a democracy. I want to ask them one question, that we've had a democracy for the last 64 years.
Yes.
And nothing has happened except corruption has escalated on an annual basis.
Yes.
So if my only request to all those people who criticize Anna Hazare or this mode of demonstration is, do not criticize him unless you have a better alternative.
That's right.
I would like someone to come and say, I don't like this, this is the way to do it. If you can't say that, just shut up and support him.
Yes.
Because it's stupid being this armchair critics who just sit there and keep on talking about democracy and Sansad mein hona chahiye. Those guys who understand nothing of democracy, I'm sure half of them don't even go and vote.
More than 80% of them don't go and vote.
And don't vote, and they just talk about democracy. They don't understand what we've had democracy, we've had a parliament for the last 64 years, and nothing has happened. We just sit there, and now time has come when all of us are accepting corruption as a part of our life.
That's right. That is correct.
And if there's one man standing up there and saying, and there's one student I met, because I meet a lot of young people in this connection, and that student came and said, if we are disgusted with our existing system, should we take to Maoism or Naxalwad?
Yes.
Or should we, any other violence, meaning, or should we stick to a middle-of-the-road path which Anna Hazare is taking?
Right.
And I think that sentiment is a very worrisome sentiment, that if people think that the only solution to this is to take to violence, then I think the government has a lot to worry about. Because if these things start happening in different corners of this country, it's going to be uncontrollable.
But Bharat, you are absolutely right, because there is no other choice. Sometimes people just don't have any other choice. But my question
if you don't have a choice, then support what is happening, you know?
Yes, but my question is something else over here.
Yeah.
Why do you think the government is doing what it is doing? Now, you worked with the government. You worked with various governments in the past.
Well, I think they're doing it because they're brain dead. Because I don't think they realize what is happening.
Yes.
They're just going on and saying, this is not controlling the country, it's not like controlling a party through a Gandhi slogan, you know?
Yes.
I mean, there are people who can think and say that, look, we will not do it just because we feel that you are telling us to do it, so we must do it regardless of what our personal thoughts are. We can think on our own.
No, but the funny part is that Anna Hazare just wants to, whether you agree with him or not, whether you agree with him or you don't agree with him, now there are lots of points I disagree with him. You know, we've had him on the show so many times, and we've had lots of disagreements. But I respect the man for what he's done. And I stand by him totally for his right to go on a fast, to go on an indefinite fast, or for his right to agitate. Because
on a day when we celebrate Gandhiji's non-violent movement, why do we have the same thing of saying that if there's another man who just forget whether he's as great as Gandhi or not, that's immaterial.
Yes.
If there's somebody who's standing up for a certain cause that is very important to all of us, why can't we let him do what he is doing?
That's right. And then to come along and say the police must have had some intelligence report and all that. What balderdash? I mean,
no, that is rubbish. And then taking him to Tihar jail is like total arrogance, you know?
Yes.
I mean,
is it arrogance or is it stupidity?
They could have kept him under a house arrest. I personally feel if they have to do this, what they could have done is they could have sent the police force and cordoned off the area and kept him under house arrest. But to take him in detention first, then arrest him, then send him to Tihar jail, where the Kalmadis and the Rajas of the world are, and other gangsters and the underworld characters, that's like an absolute rubbing insult to injury, you know?
No, but my point is, Bharat, these guys are politicians, all right? They are great survivors. They survive. They survive on the votes of the people. They can't hear the people right now. They can't hear the people on the street.
They can't hear. And I'll tell you one thing, the lot I feel very bad for are people like Manish Tiwari and Abhishek Manu Singhvi.
Yes.
Because I think these are intelligent people who are compelled to defend something that they don't know how to defend.
Yes.
And I feel very bad for them. Every time I hear them talk, my heart goes out to them that these poor guys, their job demands this and they have to do this. And they don't have their heart in this. They don't even know what to say. But they've been told what to say and they just keep saying it.
And the funny part is, Bharat, you're from Maharashtra, you're from here. My point is, as far as the Justice Sawant report is concerned, that's been in existence for the last 6 years. 6 बरस से Justice Sawant report वहीं की वहीं पड़ी हुई है और Justice Sawant report में कहीं नहीं लिखा. Nowhere has Justice Sawant said that Anna Hazare is corrupt. Nowhere.
But I'm going one step forward.
Yes.
I'm saying, okay, Anna Hazare was corrupt.
So what?
Okay, I'm saying, I'm taking for argument's sake.
Yes.
I'm saying, okay, if the government says Anna Hazare 10 years back had done this and used that money for his birthday celebration, okay, so he was corrupt. Does that mean that if this man is standing up against corruption, that you are also corrupt? There's no defense for your own corruption.
That's right. No, but the point is, how does that take away from what he's saying?
Absolutely.
Valmiki,
Absolutely.
Valmiki,
Rajiv, you took the words out of my mouth.
Yes.
If Valmiki can become, Valyak Kohli can become Valmiki Rishi.
Yes.
And all of us respect him for that, and he can write Ramayana about things like that. Why are we catching up some old man and said, years ago you had done something which was corrupt? What difference does that make?
Years ago, Bharat Dabholkar, you had stepped on a cockroach. Therefore, you're a killer.
Yeah, absolutely. Years ago I had lied, so today I don't have a right to stand against everybody lying and be honest.
That's right. And so
I'm
somebody
condemned for that. That is not correct.
And for somebody like Manish Tiwari to say that Anna Hazare is steeped in corruption. I mean, come on.
No, but I think forgive him, because I suppose it's not. I mean, he's paid for saying it, you know.
Right, but
that's why I always feel good about people like you and me.
Yes.
More so you, because we are not shackled by any of these kinds of things. We can say what we want.
I can say whatever I want. That is absolutely true. I can say whatever I want. Most of these rules don't apply to me anyway. But
I know. I've always been wondering how you can say all these things that you say and still survive so happily. That's been a perpetual puzzle to me.
It has been a great puzzle to me as well. But I tell you what, in sum, where do you think this is going? Because the genie is out of the bottle now. It's not going to go back, right?
No.
I don't think people are just going to go back home and say this never happened. That's not. No, I
think this is going to hopefully snowball into something. I only have one prayer.
Yes.
That no matter what happens, this has to energize all our youngsters and people to go out and vote.
Yes.
Because unless we can do that,
that's right.
These things will last for 10 days, and then IPL will start and people will forget about this.
Absolutely.
Also, film will start and people will forget about this.
Or maybe India will win the 4th test.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then suddenly everything else will be forgotten. I think it is our duty. As somebody said, do you think this will work? I said it will work if all of us, even in the next elections, we take 50 people with us to go and vote.
That's right. That is the most important
thing. If we can do that, then this will work. I think this has to work that way. Because see, the biggest danger to any politician is losing of power.
Yes.
If we can make the government feel that they can lose power, they'll do anything for us.
That's right. And all these people who are out in the street...
they're very smug. They're very arrogant and smug, because no matter what, 10-11 can happen here, and they can still win all the Lok Sabha seats.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That gives them a tremendous sense of arrogance.
Yeah, because we had Tushar Gandhi here with us, and that's exactly what Tushar Gandhi was saying. He said when he stood for election, he said he lost because his voters just didn't turn up.
Yeah.
60%.
Less than 40% turnout in South Bombay.
Yes.
When 10,000 people go with candles at near Taj and stand there, why don't they come out and vote?
They don't. They go on holiday.
So unless we can convince more and more people to vote, this will not last for very long. This will start now. It will be fashionable right now to a lot of these people. And then it will decide. India will win the 4th test, and this will be relegated to the corners of the media also.
So, Bharat, in your opinion, what should be done to keep it alive?
What should be done is that people like this should now, Anna is just a symbol of all this. We'll have to get more and more people involved in a thing like this to go and educate people to vote against the government that they do not like. It doesn't matter who comes to power.
Right.
I have a feeling that the time has now come when we should just go blindly on anti-incumbency.
That's right. That's right.
We don't work throw this out. It doesn't matter who comes to power. Throw them out next time if they don't function.
Absolutely. That is the only thing.
The politicians feel scared of all of us voters. Now they're not scared. They're very smart.
They're not scared.
So I think we should put some fear in them.
At the moment, that fear doesn't happen to be there. And the only way...
That doesn't happen.
And the only way...
And I think and if you can put that fear in them, then this agitation will succeed.
Bharat, thank you very much. Bharat Dabholkar, thank you very much. Now, before I let you go, Bharat,
yeah.
In your opinion, from all that has happened today, till today, in these last 5 or 6 months, what is the image which remains in your mind? What is the image which kind of defines all this? What remains in your mind at the moment?
As I said, I have the image that remains in my mind is that such a great country we have and such a lovely set of politicians. And somehow the image of India in my mind, image of the government and every political leader for that matter, is extremely poor. And it's very sad that after 64 years, when I think of our country, I just think of all these politicians. The fact is that India is doing well not because of our leaders. We are doing well in spite of our leaders.
That's right. That is true.
I think that is the image that remains in my mind all the time, that we are a great country in spite of our leaders.
Thank you so much, Bharat. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye, Rajiv.
Bharat Dabholkar. Tushar, this is Rajiv K. Bajaj here from the RKB show. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well. Very nice to talk to you after a long time.
Very happy Independence Day to you.
You too.
Thank you so much. Tushar, I mean, you can go and speak in Hindi or in English, whatever you are comfortable with.
आप फरमाइए.
जनाब, आप ये बताएं कि बार बार जो अन्ना हजारे को लेकर के गांधी जी से तुलना हो रही है, अन्ना हजारे ये कहा जा रहा है 21वीं सदी के गांधी. अब गांधी जी के बारे में मैंने बहुत पढ़ा है, बहुत लिखा है, गांधी जी के कई कई भाषण भी सुने हैं. गांधी जी के मुंह से आज तक कभी किसी के बारे में अपशब्द मैंने नहीं सुने. आज तक मैंने इस शब्दावली का प्रयोग गांधी जी के मुख से ना कलम से सुना कि कैसे सरकार का नाक दबा के मुंह खोलना हमें आता है, 6 कैबिनेट मंत्रियों की मैं विकेट ले चुका हूं, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि अन्ना हजारे जो कुछ कह रहे हैं बिल्कुल गलत है, लेकिन अन्ना हजारे की तुलना गांधी जी से करना कहां तक सही है? तुषार बताएं.
मैं तो हर तुलना से घृणा करता हूँ, क्योंकि कोई अपने आप में एक व्यक्तित्व होता है और वो अपने आप होता है. वो उसकी तुलना करना, यानी दोनों, जिसे तुलना की जा रही है उससे भी और जिसकी तुलना की जा रही है वो भी, उसका भी मुझे लगता है तौहीन होती है उसमें.
जी.
तो मैं तो तुलना के पक्ष में हूँ ही नहीं.
जी.
जो अपनी जगह है वहाँ सही है और अपना मार्ग खुद चुनता है.
जी. तुषार गांधी साहब,
मैं उस पक्ष में नहीं.
जी. तुषार गांधी साहब, चलिए ये तो बात रही तुलना की. अब दूसरी बात आपसे ये करें कि जो अब तक आंदोलन चला है अन्ना हजारे का, और जिस प्रकार मध्यम वर्गीय लोग एटलीस्ट शहरों में अन्ना हजारे का समर्थन कर रहे हैं, लोकपाल बिल को लेकर के और लोकपाल की नियुक्ति को लेकर के, उसके बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे, ये बताएं तुषार.
मुझे लगता है कि मुल्क में निराशावाद इतना बढ़ गया है कि डूबने वाले को तिनके का सहारा ऐसा हो गया है, और लोग ये नहीं तो दूसरा हर पर्याय को इस्तेमाल अख्तियार करने के लिए जैसे मजबूर हो गए, जैसे उनकी पूरी उनके हालात उसमें है. और दूसरी तरफ से ये भी तो है कि हमने बहुत ही अच्छा मरहम दे दिया है कि तुम अपने भ्रष्टाचार को मत देखो, दूसरों की तरफ उंगलियां उठाते फिरो.
जी.
तो हमारे अंदर जो भ्रष्टाचार है वो हम दबा के
जी
राजनीतिज्ञों की तरफ उंगलियां उठा के आक्षेप करके अपने आप को बहुत साफ सुथरा समझने का एक माध्यम अन्ना ने हमें दे दिया. एस्केपिस्ट थियरी है. क्योंकि मैं जो करूं वो मजबूरी और दूसरा जो ले वो चोरी.
जी. ये
न्याय नहीं है.
जी.
तो ये एक आसान तरीका, मुझे लगता है एक पॉपुलिस्ट ऑप्शन अन्ना ने भी इख्तियार किया है. क्योंकि अगर वो कहते कि मेरे साथ खड़े रहने की प्रूव करो फिर खड़े रहो, तो शायद वो तन्हा हो जाते.
That's right. But that's a wonderful line. मैं जो करूं वो मजबूरी, दूसरा जो करे वो चोरी. लेकिन लग तो ऐसा रहा है, especially because of the media frenzy which has been created. That's the only word I can use for it. जिस तरीके से टेलीविजन चैनल्स ने, अलग अलग लोगों ने अन्ना हजारे के प्रति एक इमेज सी बना दी है, एक बहुत बड़ी, मतलब एक how shall I put it, almost a deification of Anna Hazare which has taken place. Do you think that's all right for democracy? Do you think that's healthy? Just a question to you.
Well, I don't think so, because the higher and sooner you rise, the harder many a times you've seen people falling, and if that happens, it will be a great tragedy for the people of India, because this, I think, is if this results in a betrayal, this will be the last straw that breaks the camel's back. And मुझे नहीं लगता कि उसके बाद भारत की जनता किसी के ऊपर भी आसानी से या बहुत उसके बाद भी वो मान सके, किसी के ऊपर अपना भरोसा रख सकेगी.
Now over here,
तो ये एक फाइनल ऑप्शन दिख रहा है सब.
No, but the other thing which I'm coming to, in terms of what we are looking for over here, what is the struggle about? What is the objective? अन्ना हजारे ने लेकर के जो आंदोलन शुरू किया, एक लोकपाल की नियुक्ति को लेकर के. Now that's a very, how shall I put it, that's a very diffuse kind of a concept. A lokpal, an investigative agency, a vigilance commissioner, for want of a better word, an inquisitor over all inquisitors. Now, do you think that kind of an inquisition is all right?
मैंने एक बार इसको कहा था कि डर्टी हैरी ला रहे हैं.
जी.
सुपर कॉप. जो खड़ा होगा एक्यूज भी वही करेगा, बंदूक भी वही निकालेगा, घोड़ा भी वही दबाएगा और आपको मारेगा भी वही।
जी,
ये लोकतंत्र के लिए कितना पर्याप्त है मुझे मालूम नहीं है, क्योंकि उसके ऊपर का जो आज ही शाम को एक समर्थक के साथ मेरी बात हो रही थी, मैंने उसको ये पूछा कि लोकपाल के ऊपर किसका जुरिस्डिक्शन रहेगा, तो उसने कहा कि चीफ जस्टिस सुप्रीम कोर्ट। तो मैंने कहा लेकिन सुप्रीम कोर्ट के ऊपर तो लोकपाल का वर्चस्व होगा, तो फिर लोकपाल के डिसीजन को सुप्रीम कोर्ट कैसे,
जी,
हाउ कैन दे डू दैट? एंड सो देयर आर दीज काइंड ऑफ discrepancies and I don't know how they can be resolved in a democracy.
Let me put something else across to you, तुषार। इस वक्त हमारे साथ है तुषार गांधी। I hope you have the time. Now, तुषार गांधी साहब इस वक्त हमारे साथ हैं और तुषार गांधी साहब के सामने मैं एक और चीज रखना चाहता हूं। आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, हमारा संविधान बहुत अच्छा संविधान है तुषार गांधी साहब।
बिल्कुल।
I think it's one of the most wonderful, pieces of legislation which has ever been compounded together in a compendium to make the constitution of any country. Any country would be proud of it.
I am very proud of my constitution.
Now,
and I
don't you think we
see
have
any
got
reason
a set of
to pull it down.
Let me just finish, Tushar, then I'll let you have the last word in. And you're welcome to speak for as long as you want. We have no time limits here.
Sure.
And this is Tushar Gandhi on the line, and in case you agree or disagree or whatever you want to say about Tushar, please send your SMSs. You know the drill. We have a wonderful set of laws. Don't you think, instead of creating one more set of laws, one more department, one more, to put, for want of a better word, one more Soviet-style bureaucracy, don't you think we should just honestly try to implement the laws we've got? तुषार?
राजीव, बहुत सारी दुकानें खुल चुकी है, अब और एक दुकान खोलने की चेष्टा करने की मुझे आवश्यकता नहीं लग रही थी, क्योंकि अगर आप ये कहो कि इस मुल्क के प्राइम मिनिस्टर पे हमको भरोसा नहीं है, इस मुल्क के चीफ जस्टिस पे हमको भरोसा नहीं है, तो क्या भरोसा जो लोकपाल आ रहा है उसके ऊपर भी हम भरोसा रख सकेंगे? क्योंकि अगर प्राइम मिनिस्टर करप्ट हो सकता है, चीफ जस्टिस करप्ट हो सकता है, तो उसी करप्शन के हाथ इस लोकपाल के गिरेबान तक नहीं पहुंचेंगे, इसका क्या भरोसा है?
दुरुस्त बात।
तो अगर भरोसा ही नहीं है तो फिर कोई उपचार कैसे हो सकता है?
That's right.
His medicine, you need to have faith in the doctor for his medicine to take effect.
जी।
वरना कितनी भी दवाई ले लो, आपका रोग मिटे अगर आपको डॉक्टर पे ही शक हो।
जी, दुरुस्त बात।
तो मैं समझता हूँ कि ये बातों का एहसास लोगों को आना चाहिए, उसके पहले कि वो लोग इस बहाव में खींचे जाए और फिर ये मानने लगे तो हमारे साथ विश्वासघात हुआ।
जी,
विश्वासघात कोई करेगा नहीं, विश्वासघात हमारी मूर्खता हमारे साथ करेगी।
जी नहीं, मेरा चलिए तुषार जी, आपने अपना जो जवाब दिया वो तो माशाल्लाह बहुत ही अच्छा दिया। जैसे कि अभी आप आए हैं, आप तो फोन पर ही आए तो एसएमएस आने शुरू हो गए आपके लिए। लेकिन तुषार गांधी साहब, मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूं कि लोकपाल की आवश्यकता है क्या आज की तारीख में? हिंदुस्तान की आईपीसी बहुत माशाल्लाह है, सीआरपीसी बहुत खूबसूरत है, हमारे जितने इंस्टीट्यूशन हैं उनका क्लीन अप कीजिए पहले। आखिरकार एक लोकपाल क्या क्या करेगा, और एक नई एजेंसी, सुपर एजेंसी क्रिएट करने का क्या मतलब हुआ, जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के ऊपर भी, उच्चतम न्यायालय के ऊपर भी जिसकी जुरिस्डिक्शन रहेगी, तो उच्चतम न्यायालय की भूमिका क्या रहेगी और बाकी सब लोगों की भूमिका क्या रहेगी? और जो प्रधानमंत्री हैं, अगर प्रधानमंत्री के वर्चस्व को ही हम नीचा दिखाएंगे बार बार, तो कहां का प्रधानमंत्री और कैसा प्रधानमंत्री और कैसे मंत्री और कैसा देश और कैसी सरकार? तुषार बताएं।
नहीं, ये सही जायज बात है। हर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल हेड की कोई अहमियत है, उसकी कोई इज्जत है। अगर हमने उन ओहदों को करप्ट होने दिया है तो उसमें हमारा खुद का कसूर है
जी, क्योंकि
हमने भ्रष्टाचार को, आप देखेंगे तो कई जगहों पे भ्रष्टाचार को बीइंग प्रैक्टिकल ये कहा जाता है
जी,
तो भाई प्रैक्टिकल होना पड़ता है जिंदगी जीने के लिए।
दुरुस्त बात है।
और जब तक हम लोग इस तरह से प्रैक्टिकल होते रहेंगे, तब तक ये जो है वो शोषित करते रहेंगे
जी।
मुझे लगता है कि वी नीड रिफॉर्म्स मोर देन वी नीड impositions of other policemen.
Right.
जो तंत्र है उसे रिफॉर्म करने की आवश्यकता है, जो व्यवस्था है उसे सुधारने की जरूरत है, उसके ऊपर हेडमास्टर बैठाने की जरूरत नहीं।
जी जी। और जैसा आपने कहा कि हेडमास्टर के ऊपर कौन हेडमास्टर बैठेगा,
हाँ वही
लोकपाल का लोकपाल कौन रहेगा,
उसका क्या भरोसा।
जी, प्रधानमंत्री को तो आप आउटवोट कर सकते हैं, प्रधानमंत्री जी की जो टर्म खत्म हो सकती है।